Picture this. You walk into your office, greeted by the comforting buzz of fluorescent lights, the faint smell of burnt coffee, and Gary, the office oracle, playing a kazoo. Ah, Gary, the self-appointed mentor of Bad Advice Company, whose wisdom is as dubious as the company name. Let's take a stroll down memory lane to last Tuesday. It was 10 in the morning when Gary decided to share his latest pearl of wisdom. "Why not use a kazoo for client calls?" he suggested, with the confidence of a man who had just discovered fire. "It adds a personal touch," he said, "breaks the ice." The office fell silent, a collective eyebrow raised. But Gary, ever the optimist, wasn't deterred. He demonstrated to a bewildered client on speakerphone how to interject a kazoo trill into a sales pitch. The call ended abruptly, the client's confused "I'll get back to you" hanging in the air like a bad smell. And then there's Casual Friday, a day typically reserved for jeans and comfortable shoes, but not in Gary's world. No, Gary took it to a whole new level. "Wear a superhero cape," he said one Friday, his own Batman cape billowing dramatically as he made his morning coffee. "It'll boost morale," he insisted. "And besides, who doesn't want to feel like a superhero?" He spent the day swooping around the office, narrowly avoiding disaster with every turn. The rest of us? We were torn between amusement and concern. But that's Gary for you, always full of surprises, always ready to challenge the status quo, always armed with advice that's as questionable as it is entertaining. And so we go about our day, navigating the chaos with a sense of humor, because at Bad Advice Company, you quickly learn to expect the unexpected. And Gary? Well, he's our constant, our North Star in a world of corporate absurdity. And that, my friends, is just another typical morning at Bad Advice Company. At Bad Advice Company, the break room is more than just a place to enjoy your lunch. It's a culinary minefield. The break room, the sanctuary of the office worker, the place where sandwiches are consumed and coffee is guzzled. But at Bad Advice Company, it's a veritable battleground of bizarre snack choices. The fridge, a Pandora's box of culinary curiosities, houses a collection of treats that would make even the most adventurous foodie cringe. Imagine reaching for your usual turkey sandwich, only to find your hand landing on a tub of pickle-flavored ice cream. A perplexing blend of sweet and sour, this creamy conundrum is a favorite of Gary, our misguided office mentor. He swears it's the perfect brain food for those afternoon brainstorming sessions. And the gastronomic oddities don't stop there. The blender, usually reserved for healthy green smoothies, is often found whirring away, pureeing a concoction of sardines and almond milk. This pungent potion, aptly named the omega-3 overload, is a hit with the office health nuts. The reactions to these unique treats range from bemused to horrified. You'll see a mix of expressions: the crinkled noses, the widened eyes, the hesitant first bites. Yet, in the spirit of embracing the chaos, the employees gamely sample these eccentric offerings. Some even find them surprisingly palatable. Like Sally from accounting, who's developed a fondness for the protein-packed pâté, a curious combination of peanut butter, tuna, and marshmallow fluff. It's a taste sensation she describes as unexpectedly delightful. And let's not forget the caffeine kick, a coffee blend that includes chili flakes and lemon zest. It's a real wake-up call, perfect for those Monday morning blues. So, while most break rooms offer a respite from the madness of office life, at Bad Advice Company, it's just another layer of the lunacy. But it's all taken in stride, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the employees. After all, what's a little pickle-flavored ice cream or a sardine smoothie compared to the daily grind of office life? Who needs a coffee break when you can have a sardine smoothie break instead? Now let's talk about the office printer, the unsung hero of any workplace. But at Bad Advice Company, it's more of a rogue than a hero. Imagine the printer as a wily character, spitting out sheets of paper with its own brand of wisdom. It's not just printing spreadsheets and meeting agendas. Oh no, it's imparting knowledge. The kind of sage advice you'd expect from a fortune cookie that's had a few too many. Take, for instance, the day it decided to churn out motivational posters, each adorned with a nonsensical quote. One read, "Don't wait for the storm to pass, juggle in the rain." Another declared, "Success is just failure with a mustache." The employees found a stack of these oddball messages one morning, with confusion quickly turning into amusement. There's something about the absurdity of these quotes that tickles the funny bone. All day long, you could hear peals of laughter echoing through the office as each new poster was discovered. It was a symphony of hilarity, an orchestration of office joy that only a rogue printer could conduct. But the pièce de résistance, the one quote that had everyone in stitches, was "Dress for the job you want, Astronaut Chef." It's hard to imagine what an astronaut chef would look like, let alone what they'd cook. Space spaghetti? Zero-gravity gelato? The possibilities are as endless as they are ridiculous. Yet there's a strange charm to the printer's antics. It's like the office jester, dishing out a daily dose of whimsy to lighten the mood. It's unexpected, it's bizarre, and it's downright hilarious. It's the kind of thing that makes you shake your head and chuckle, even as you wonder what on earth could possibly be next. And in a way, it's a reminder not to take things too seriously. After all, if a printer can find a sense of humor amidst the daily grind, why can't we? So remember, when you're dressing for work tomorrow, think Astronaut Chef. If you thought the printer was odd, wait until you hear about the company policies at Bad Advice Company. Now, every company has its quirks, but Bad Advice Company, they've taken it to a whole new level. The policies here are as unconventional as they come, and navigating them, well, that's an adventure in itself. Take, for instance, the mandatory interpretive dance breaks. That's right, you heard me correctly. Every hour, on the hour, the office tunes into the strains of classical music, and employees are expected to express their innermost feelings through the medium of dance. And no, I'm not talking about a simple two-step. We're talking full-blown interpretive performances, folks. The kind that would make a ballet dancer blush. As if that's not enough, there's the team-building exercises. Now you might be thinking ropes courses, trust falls, maybe a little tug-of-war. But no, not here. At Bad Advice Company, team building involves trust falls into inflatable pools filled with spaghetti. Yes, spaghetti. Cooked al dente, with a touch of olive oil to prevent sticking. Because, nothing says team spirit like a good marinara splashdown. And let's not forget the bring your pet to work policy. But not just any pet. At Bad Advice Company, they're partial to the more exotic varieties. It's not uncommon to see a capybara chilling by the water cooler or an iguana basking under the heat of a desk lamp. And yes, in case you're wondering, Gary did once bring a llama. The less said about that day, the better. But let's be clear, these aren't complaints. They're observations of a company that dares to defy the norm, a company that embraces the absurd, and in doing so, has created a work environment that's as unique as it is unpredictable. And that's just another day of team building at Bad Advice Company. So, how do you survive a day in the life at Bad Advice Company? The answer is simpler than you might think. Delving into the corporate jungle of Bad Advice Company, you might find yourself lost in a labyrinth of ludicrous policies, baffling breakroom snacks, and a printer with its own peculiar personality. But fear not, dear office explorer, survival is not only possible, it's laughably achievable. The secret? Embrace the chaos. Yes, you heard it right. Don't try to make sense of Gary's advice to bring a rubber chicken to your next board meeting, or the printer's wisdom about becoming an astronaut chef. Instead, lean into the madness. Trust me, it's a lot more fun that way. Consider it a game, a challenge, a daily adventure. Who knows, you might even find yourself looking forward to the next absurd policy or questionable snack choice. After all, where else can you find an office that turns the mundane into the magnificently mad? Now let's talk about humor. It's your best friend in this jungle. It's the machete that cuts through the thick undergrowth of absurdities, the compass that guides you through the labyrinth of ludicrousness. Use it, laugh at the chaos, chuckle at the confusion, and remember to share a smile with your fellow adventurers. And when it all gets a bit too much, remember the magic of perspective. Look at the situation through the lens of satire, and you'll find the silver linings in even the most bewildering of scenarios. Yes, even when Gary suggests using interpretive dance as a form of conflict resolution. Survival in the corporate jungle of Bad Advice Company isn't about following the rules. It's about breaking them, bending them, and laughing at them. It's about finding joy in the journey, humor in the absurd, and camaraderie in the chaos. So pack your office survival kit and remember, the only thing more unpredictable than the advice at Bad Advice Company is the coffee machine's mood.